Hello friends, a few things that I'd like to convey to you. Number one, first thing is that reading skills time is being shifted to 6 o'clock in the evening. From now onwards, your reading skill will be given, the question will be given a day before as usual, and your video and analysis video will be telecast at 6 o'clock in the evening the next day. Second one, as an experiment, I was thinking that let's deal with a few questions, a few sets in English itself. Means the answer to the question that I'll be dealing with will be in English medium. My contention is that you should listen to it and how did you feel about it? You should, rather you must give your comments to this. Let's start. Welcome to our set number 35. Let's start with this set in English medium. There was a close test over there, and let's deal with that. The Committee Criminal Justice Reforms recommended strategy to the drift and prevent total disaster. First question requires a preposition, and naturally the committee of Central Criminal Justice cannot be there. Means if I use of over here, what will be that of shows a possession, whereas this committee is to investigate or rather to analyze the criminal justice reforms, suggest their opinions. So it should be the committee of, not the committee on criminal justice. Recommended a strategy, and look at the options. 3 is always there. 3-part strategy means their strategy comprises 3 aspects. Not that same aspect had the 3 dimensions. Dimension means 3 aspect words should be there. 3-part is not used that way. 3-fold means 3 guna, 3-fold. That word is 3-pronged. 3-pronged means, prong means is there aspect. So 3-aspect strategy means that strategy has got the 3 points to dash the drift. Drift means moving away aimlessly, and to prevent disaster they have to stop the drift. The gap requires a word having the meaning of stop, and a stop means to arrest. Enthuse is a word, is the verb of enthusiasm. Means to fill somebody with motivation or energy, energize. That means enthuse. But we have to use a word meaning stop, and stop means arrest. Next part. First, among the 3 aspects, the law, both substantive means written and procedural, that what the procedure is, requires a fresh comprehensive look. It requires a look, means reconsideration based on changes in society and economy. Now this question is very interesting. Just think, if I use and, suppose among the options that is there, because in two options B and C there has been used and means changes in society, economy and changes in priorities in government. Not that the priorities of government has changed. Priorities has not changed. The thing is that they have to consider two aspects. What has changed in society and economy, and second one, what are the priorities of government. So the three things are not similar, so and word will not be used. And in that sense, as well as is denotes an extra factor. If we say Ram and Shyam both are equal, as is Ram, so is Shyam. But if I say Ram as well as Shyam, Ram has got the priority and Shyam is quite different in that way. So as well as denotes a different factor, the other factor. And if I use and, then change in society, economy and priorities. That is not there. So the answer will be as well as. As well as priority in the government means also. Also, plus is equal to and. But plus is not used that way. Plus is used as an adverb or an adverbial conjunction. Ram plus Shyam we don't use. Next, the guiding principle in the reform process should be decriminalization. And what could be the process, main process? That the entire system should be decriminalized wherever possible, because criminal justice reform is there. So the process should be decriminalization and diversion, means changes, dash criminal justice, and earmarking. The word is earmark. Earmark is equal to reserve. Reserving criminal justice mainly to deal with real hard crime. So that is hardcore crime, criminal justice will do only that. Reserving criminal justice for this. Targeting criminal justice, we are not targeting. Making criminal justice deal with this, and the rest other aspects should be decriminalized. And diversion means there should be a change in that. I'm trying to deal with the questions in English. Now you should listen to me, try to have a feel, and do let me know what was your feeling. Let's move to another question, our critical reasoning. Two recent World Bank studies on India's rapidly depleting water resources, means the country's water resources are getting reduced very fast, have caused a stir. They have created a sort of movement. Let me summarization is there. You have to summarize the entire thought. More interesting is how water seems to have become the new focus for the World Bank assistance. World Bank is giving assistance, particularly focusing water part, at $3.2 billion in 2005 from a mere 700 million in 99. A quantum jump is there from this million to that billion dollar. Within water again, inside the water also, the other means putting it in a more targeted form. Within water again, more money is going to rural areas. They are giving more money for the rural areas, not for the urban areas. Large hydropower projects and water resource management in poorer states. If they are giving assistance for water management, they are targeting three things: that it should be going to rural areas, large hydroelectric power, and that too the states that are poorer, over there water resource management should be there. And a summary is there. So summary is given only in D. Poorer states of India require water resource management projects such as rural water, large hydropower. So again everything has been given. Other options have one or two aspects, not the complete summary of the passage. Next question. Fallout. Fallout means the negative impact of something. I commit an action, and the action gives the negative impact, and that negative impact is called the fallout. Which one is? Nagasaki suffered from the fallout, negative impact of nuclear radiation. Correct. People believe that the political fallout of the scandal, the negative impact of the scandal. Correct. Who can predict the environmental negative impact of the WTO agreements? Again correct, but look at this. The headmaster could not understand the fallout of several of his good students. What does it mean? The behavior, the negative behavior, not the negative impact. So this one is the odd man out. The word fallout has not been used properly in this section, in this sentence. Move to the next question. There are two words, and try to understand this. See one thing. Admission means the act of getting somebody admitted to a place. He was admitted to the hospital, he was admitted to a college, and admission takes to as a preposition. Whereas admittance means, and second one, that admission has come from the root word admit. And admit has got two meanings. One, getting somebody admitted somewhere, institution, hospital, somewhere. And the second meaning is that I admit my fault, I admit my guilt, I accept particularly negative things, guilt, fault, and both have got similar noun, that means admission. So admission has got two meanings. One, the act of getting somebody admitted somewhere, and the second one, acceptance. Whereas admittance means the right of somebody to enter a place. Admission and admittance are different. Admission means getting somebody enrolled over there. Admittance means physical, the act of physical entry. And look at this. Since the performance of the artist was praiseworthy, there was no room, no scope in the hall for somebody to enter physically. So admittance should be there over here, and the admission of guilt means acceptance of guilt. So in that way, both are incorrect. Next, the residential area of town lies, because one thing is there. Let me tell you. There are three words: lie, and lay. There are three different verbs. Verbs I'm saying. This means झूठ बोलने के सेंस में. This means situated, to be situated. or to be in a lying position, अपने खुद कहीं पड़ जाना. And the third one, lay, means to lay down, means हम किसी चीज को बिछा रहे हैं. See one thing, there is one thing. If the word is the basic one, you cannot make it understand in language itself. You can explain it through actions. Now, if we say lie, झूठ बोलना, it has got V2 and V3, lied. If it is situated, then its V2 is very interesting, lay. Now look at this, lay as V2 and lay as V1, जिसका whose meaning is बिछाना किसी चीज को. And it has got laid and laid, L-A-I-D, the two forms, V2 and V3. Now, if I'm using V1 over here, so the residential town is situated along the west bank of the river. This bichhana is laid in passive voice, the form of lay, the third form of lay. And lie in terms of situation is not used in continuous. It is not used in continuous because it is fixed thing is there which never changes. So the word is non-continuous. Answer is A. And the last question. Despite his old age, his movements were as spirited. The sentence is in degree, positive degree. Comparison is there. Comparison is there of movements. So over here, if simply because comparison has to be there among the equal things, the movement is the movement of this person will be compared with the movement of a young man. And I must write as spirited as the movement or the movements of a young man. You cannot leave movements from here. So this one is wrong. If there were movements over here, it would have been correct. Simply the person is there, so comparison becomes unequal, and those means movements, because the word has been used in plural. Young man's movement, if I write, won't be correct. Won't be correct, because if I say that movements word is applied over here, implied over here, even if it's there, it is not correct, because over here also there should have been the use of apostrophe. If you know that comparison is to be done between equal qualities, so an apostrophe will be compared with something that has come with apostrophe. If apostrophe is not there, I cannot use apostrophe over there. And that is why I have to use the movements of a young man. In degree, particularly in positive and comparative, we use two pronouns. If the noun is singular, then we use that, and if the noun is plural, we use those. Had there been movement, we would have used that. But since movements are there, plural is there, so the movements of a young man. This one is correct. I explained the set in English so far as I could know. I know how to speak. I've tried my best to explain that to that. Was it refreshing a bit beneficial. I'll be very anxious to know from you people. Do let me know your comments or your reactions. Thank you for being with me. See you then.